What's up, Kyuzou here, and what the hell is this? This isn't Passive Exile. So, with the Burning Crusade around the corner, arguably the greatest expansion of all time, I decided to try and farm up some gold in preparation for it, and hopefully be able to afford my epic flying mount straight away. And I've even unlearned engineering on my shaman for blacksmithing, preparing for a dual dragon moss. On a side note, leveling blacksmithing has been the most horrific thing I have ever experienced. So, where am I going with all this? Well, I wanted to share the run I made over a year ago to earn myself 2 epic ground mounts, a Crawl Blade, Unstoppable Force, the Ultra Valley mount, etc, etc. And I do believe this could even be viable in the Burning Crusade, especially in the Burning Crusade actually, since we're mainly farming Ghost Mushroom, which is used for Elixir of Demon Slaying. So, what do we need? We will need at least Herbalism as a profession.
And we say herbs, because there's a fucking H in it.
We will need to be level 60. For some additional money, I would suggest having mining as well. This run can be done on any class. It is not strictly a rogue druid only run, but the classes most suitable for the run are rogues, druids, mages, and hunters. Since there's one particular spot we can't avoid pulling aggro unless you're one of the classes mentioned above. Or if you wish to spend money on invisibility potions. So a year ago-ish, I was making around 60 gold an hour, I believe. But prices seems to have gone up extensively on ores and ghost mushrooms, at least on my server. So we do this run inside Maraudon, which is located in Desolace, from the purple entrance. And the beauty of this run is that we don't have to worry about competition or getting ganked if you're on a PvP server, and this run is perfect to catch up on some TV shows. The run takes about 11 to 15 minutes, depending on how fast you are. You want to try and hit at least 13 minutes per run to avoid the dungeon lockout. After a certain amount of runs, you should have a routine down to where you don't even need to look at the timer. So this pack right here, I generally always kill this because they drop some grace that can vendor for up to almost a gold, and they also drop Mage Weave. And if you do a silly amount of runs like I do, it will add up. Further down, there is a mushroom spawn that you can actually access without aggroing the pack. You can just jump up on the ledge to the left of the wooden spikes. But you might as well kill the non-elites for some more Mage Weave. As you can see, I also have a separate action bar where I toggle between herbalism and mining tracking constantly. So what we're trying to farm here in Maraudon is Ghost Mushroom, Blind Weed, Mithril, True Silver, and of course Solid Stones. Also, I am doing this run on stealth to show that it can be done without. And obviously it is faster to do this run non-stealthed. So at this spot, you cannot avoid killing these monsters unless you have stealth or blink. If you're a hunter, you can just run past them, then feign death, I guess. All the other classes, you kind of have to fight them, unless you want to invest into invisibility potions for every run. Every 5 runs or so, you might run into a rare spawn called a Meshlock that can drop a pretty bonkers mail helmet that you can vendor for a few extra gold. He is actually very easy to kill. You want to be very careful around the green ooze mobs. They have a damage aura, so if you get too close, it is going to break stealth. If you're a rogue and you pull aggro from these, I recommend to sprint away a bit before you use Vanish, otherwise their damage aura will just immediately break your stealth again. This spot can be a little tricky and may require some practice to get past the ooze on a non-stealth or blink character. So at this point we connect with the orange path. There are a bunch of mushroom spawns up there, but it's a super long backtrack to get back. So I typically only go up if I see a mushroom spawn. There is one more not shown in this video a little further up that I tend to grab, but then I just turn back again. If your run is too fast, cutting it too close to the dungeon lockout, this is a really nice spot to kill the turtles for some vendor grays and a chance for a golden pearl. Though throughout all of my runs, one has never dropped. You want to be careful of the big groups, even though they're neutral. If you attack one in a group, the whole pack will aggro you. And if your profession alongside herbalism is skinning, this is a pretty good spot for some thick leather, and I do believe even potentially rugged leather can drop off of these. So coming up here, you want to make sure that you're hugging the wall to the left as much as possible, otherwise you could accidentally pull some aggro from the Maraudons. So up here there's a blindweed spawn, and there is a ghost mushroom spawn up next to the boss, which is why I run up here, but since there was nothing on the minimap, I turned back around again. So up in the right corner there is a mithril spawn. So next to the snakes here to the right, there's actually a mithril spawn on the cliff. It's super tricky to get sometimes, because sometimes you pull aggro and sometimes you don't. It's kind of random. So if you don't have Vanish and you can't solo the pack, I would, for the most part, try and skip that node. So here at the snakes, we have a mining node, and we have a ghost mushroom spawn a little further up, as we can see on the minimap even. And once we've taken that mushroom node, that is the end of the run. So if you don't have any friends, or if you don't have any way of inviting an alt to your party, you're gonna have to wait 5 minutes before you get teleported back to the instance again. But yeah, this is the run I used to make most of my money back then, when I had like no gear and stuff, and like it was a fresh 60. I do want to point out one thing, which maybe I should have pointed out at the start of the video. This run is by no means a secret. It is a super popular and super known route. I just really wanted to make this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!